This is the Conservative Outlaw. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe and share with your friends. It helps us out, helps the channel out, helps us bring you more information.
You had said before that the shutdown would go past Thanksgiving. Do you still feel that way?
I don't know. I mean, I just walked the Senate floor. There are all kind of rumors. You know how senators are. They think they can command the tides. I don't know if the Democrats are ready. They've got a big conference meeting tomorrow. I do know this, and I say this with respect, they won't get what they've asked for. They want us to agree to an automatic extension on the subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, and the premiums are coming out, as you know, and I think any fair-minded person can look at these premium increases, subsidies or no subsidies, and conclude that the Obamacare exchanges just aren't working. They were supposed to reduce the cost of health insurance, and instead they're going up. Premiums going up 6 to 8%. So if you just unconditionally extend the Obamacare exchanges with the subsidies, all you're doing is putting paint on rotten wood. I think the Democrats are right to raise the issue of health care. And if they vote to open up the government, I think Republicans and President Trump would be willing to sit down with them and see if we can't design a health care delivery system that looks like somebody designed the damn thing on purpose. But it's not going to happen as long as they have government shut down. There's a movement on the Senate floor to try to get Democrats' agreement to open it up in exchange for us passing 3 of the approach bills. I don't know if that'll work or not. It's got nothing to do with health insurance.
Yeah, they want something on health care. So you're saying they wouldn't get anything.
You can agree on approach bills, but that still doesn't solve the health insurance problem. The other problem with going the approach route is that you got to make sure that the president blesses those appropriations bills. And if you've made any changes in them, you've got to talk to the rest of the Senate about it, and you've got to talk to the House. I'm happy to see them make the effort, but the whole time that my colleagues and I have been part of the discussions, have been talking about the approach bill, I've been scratching my head and saying, maybe I'm missing something, but this has nothing to do with health care, and that's what my Democratic colleagues have harped on. So the president's position is pretty clear. I think if it were up to him, he'd just say we'll sit in the shutdown, and when you guys open it up and gals open it up, I'll referring to the president, I'll be pleased to sit down and negotiate reform of health care.
Senator, tomorrow will be day 35. It's the record, right, for a shutdown is 35 days. So at this point, how long can you possibly expect these federal workers to keep going, keep working without a paycheck? If they've already done it for 35 days, and as you said, the president will probably just have them sit in a shutdown until Democrats come to the table and open it up.
Well, I feel badly for the federal workers. I feel badly for my employees. I know how they feel. I'm not getting paid. But it hurts them more than it hurts me because I've saved a little money. I feel bad for the air traffic controllers. I feel bad for everybody, but I don't know what else to do. I voted 13 times to open up government. Tomorrow it's going to be 14. My Democratic colleagues have voted 14 times to keep it shut down. Now, I think the administration is doing all it can to try to keep people getting paid, paying our military, getting some money to the states for SNAP benefits. I don't want to see anybody go hungry in America. But I honestly don't know what else to do except keep voting yes and hope my Democratic colleagues at some point will vote no. Another school of thought that some people are talking about on the Senate floor is that, if the Democrats have a good night in the state elections, that they can somehow declare victory. My attitude is, whatever makes your boat float. If you want to declare victory somehow on the basis of a result of a state election, have at it. I don't think the American people are going to be fooled. I think that anybody who knows a political science textbook from an MLB catalog knows that these state elections have nothing to do with the shutdown. But if that's what it'll take to make them happy, sure.
What does it say,
Are
though,
you worried,
about-
though, Senator, about the politics? I mean, the polls do show that voters, they're blaming Republicans. Is that
Not all the
concern?
polls. Not all the polls
Some of
show
them.
that. Some of them do. Some of them show the exact opposite. Manu, you know this business. It depends on how the question is asked.
But are you worried about just the ramifications?
I can write a poll and make it come out any way I want it to come out, and I just don't pay attention to these polls.
You don't think there'll be a political backlash for the GOP in any way?
I think the longer this goes, the more likely result is that the American people just say a pox on both of our houses. I mean, this thing's beginning to look like something my dog brought up. I mean, it's a multiple vehicle pilot, but I don't know what else to do. I'm going to keep voting yes, and hopefully at some point my Democratic colleagues will vote yes too. But if they're waiting to have some sort of, okay, we give in, we're going to just renew the Obamacare exchanges with subsidies, and we're going to do it forever, that's just not going to happen. And I think these premium increases reinforce that. I mean, the people that have been calling me about the new premiums have not been complaining about subsidies. They've been complaining about, what in God's name is going on? Why are these premiums, forget the subsidies, why are the premiums going up so high? And I don't know the answer to it, except clearly the Affordable Care Act is not working. So I want to try to fix it, yeah.
If the president keeps pushing to end the filibuster and shutdown continues, do you think there would be any chance that senators might warm up to the idea?
No, I don't. I understand the president's frustration. President Biden at one point talked about getting rid of the blue slip, for example. And I understand President Trump's frustration with both the filibuster and the blue slip. But when he called me, I explained to him, I said, Mr. President, the job of the senator is not just to advance good ideas. The job of a senator is also to kill bad ideas. And I'm biased, of course, but we on my side of the aisle, we killed a lot of President Biden's bad ideas and using the blue slip a lot of his bad nominees. And I'm not going to vote to change it. I don't think Thune will even bring it to the floor. I don't think that's going to necessarily stop the president from asking.
When did you talk to him?
Last week.
How did he take it?
Week before last, I don't know, fairly recently. It was before he went to Asia.
And how did he take your response?
Well, like you would expect.
Not happy?
He didn't. He wasn't unhappy. I mean, the president didn't yell or anything. He's never yelled at me. There's always a first time, but he doesn't agree with me. And sometimes reasonable people disagree. But my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. We're not going to change the filibuster or the blue slip while we're in charge during your or my natural lifetime. It's not going to happen.